Folks, today's episode is sponsored by Chops Cards and Print on Demand. How awesome would it be to have your own custom trading card? Chops Cards is committed to independent wrestling organizations, wrestlers, and fans. And it's so easy. Tell Chops what you want, they produce it and ship it directly to you. And that's not all. I proudly would like to share that Chops has also completed their Series 1 collection. Today, we're giving you a 20% discount off your purchase with our promotional code AAW20. So, click the link in the description and get in on this deal. Yo, it's day two. Day two of WrestleMania weekend. And folks, we're back. I'm back. And Tantalizing Tony is back. Keep it locked.
Uh-oh. Do y'all know what time it is? Do y'all really know what time it is? It's time to grab your popcorn, grab your best beverage. It's time to relax your ears. Wrestling season has returned, baby.
Ooh, yeah.
That's right. And it's time for your main event. Coming down the aisle, we have the one, Bobby Wrestles. And he is accompanied by the beautiful Mia Moore. This is the main event. Welcome to the All About Wrestling podcast.
Oh, man. Day one was lit. Day one was crazy. We got two new champions. We're going to talk about it. We're definitely going to talk about it, right? But first, let me get my special guest in here. He's doing his thing. Boots on the ground in Hollywood, California. Ladies and gentlemen, Tantalizing Tony is in the building. What's going on? What's going on?
What's up, everybody? It's me, your boy, the Tantalizing One, live, day two, LA, California, WrestleMania, night two. What a day night one was. And I want to thank everybody watching who's been following me on social media, who's been following my rise, who saw me on Twitter. My Twitter, it went viral. 400,000 views for my interview on the pre-show for WrestleMania yesterday. My God!
Wow. Boots on the ground. Bro, you're doing your thing. You're doing your thing. Man, I cannot tell you how instrumental you have been in Hollywood, California. Ladies and gentlemen, Tantalizing Tony has been giving us coverage from start to end, right? At the gate, outside of the gate, behind the gate, in the arena. How do you feel? How do you feel about yesterday's events, and how do you feel going forward, bro?
Let me say this. Number one, the SoFi Stadium staff is awesome. Treat us with respect and care. I've been to some WrestleManias, well, just a few, where there's problems getting in the building. They had it structured. We went straight in. It was basically perfect.
Right.
Got into the building. The venue is a thing of beauty. SoFi Stadium has no walls, but has a roof. It's crazy.
Wow.
Giant pillars like the Roman Empire all around the building with a giant roof. Beautiful. The food, delicious. The setup, lovely. Cricket had their setup. The pre-show was to my right. It was the whole atmosphere, the beginning of it, then walking in, seeing the set, walking into that building and seeing that rampway and how they said, this is the best WrestleMania set ever. Hands down.
Right. So let me ask you this. So there's been like multiple reports about some type of situation with like letting fans out after the show. Mick says he loves you. I love you, Tony. Of course, we got the Pole Truth is in the building. She says she came to support my baby. Let me tell you. So
love you, boo, baby.
So there's been reports that there's been like some type of situation with people getting out of the building last night. Can you shed light on that?
I cannot. Well, here's the thing. It was very packed. So they did have one thing I will say where there is a problem in that venue is that the escalators are few and far between. There's not that many. There's only one on each side of the west and east building. There's one, two, three. There's 5 different levels: the floor, the mid, the loge, then the 2 upper levels.
Right.
So it might have been problems for people in the upper levels getting down, but that was not SoFi's fault. People are stopping and talking, having a good time, talking about the matches. Look, you gotta realize something. I'll be honest with you. West Coast guys got nothing to complain about because that show was over at 9 p.m.
Wow.
Show's over at 9. Show started at 5. It was a 4 hours on the nose, 5 to 9. Stop crying, LA. I know I'm not from here. I'm from the East Coast where we don't get out of shows till 12 midnight. And if you went to WrestleMania in New York, you didn't get off the premises till 4 a.m. So don't start complaining, guys. Be grateful that you're at the show of shows, the granddaddy of all, WrestleMania.
Oh, man. So let me ask you, I want to get your opinion. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give last night, and what was your favorite match?
My God! Listen, I am one of the people on the internet, and this is not, this is not hyperbole. This is not some story I'm trying to tell. I have been physically at every WrestleMania. Okay? Just put that into your grasp. WrestleMania 1 was 1985. We are currently in 2023. Do the math. We're at WrestleMania 39. That being said, I've seen a lot of matches. I was there for Steamboat Savage. I was there for Hogan Andre. I was there for Hogan Rock. I was there for Shawn Ric Flair. Guys, there's been some great WrestleManias where the card didn't own up. There was some hit or misses. Even the Miz Pat McAfee match and even the women's match between Trish, Lita, Becky, and Damage Control, it was great. It was all great. The problem with that card was everything was so great that anything below it was just as great.
Right.
Last night's WrestleMania, you ready for this, guys? Night 1, WrestleMania Goes Hollywood 2023 gets a tantalizing 9 out of 10.
Wow. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Okay. Predictions. We talked about predictions yesterday. So I will put it out there that you said that you think Dominic was going to win. That made me change my prediction, and I said Dominic was going to win. And, of course, he didn't win. Rey Mysterio got the win. We had 2 championship changes yesterday. Of course, Rhea Ripley, who we all expected, she won her championship. Good for her. And, of course, your boy, Sammy, and KO, new Undisputed Tag Team Champions. So what are your thoughts going forward with that story?
Let me just say this. I also said John Cena would win. I was wrong. I was wrong about Dominic. I commit when I'm wrong. I went with my heart on a few things. But let me tell you, Rhea Ripley was the star of last night. I was so happy for her. And I was also very proud of Charlotte Flair, the way she respected Rhea after the match and sat down and clapped for her. Listen, people might not like Charlotte Flair. She's the GOAT. She is. She's great. But let me just say this. Guys, 2 things brought a tear to my eye last night. Rey Mysterio coming out to lie, cheat, steal.
Yeah.
And then my boy, Sami Zayn, got to main event night 1 of WrestleMania and is now with his best friend, the boy he came up with from Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Yeah.
He is new WWE Undisputed
Tag Team
Champion.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. So let's get into this, right? This card for tonight. All right, so I'm going to put this up here on the screen, folks. All right, so day 1's over. Day 1's over, and then we have today. So today's Sunday, day 2, and we're going to get the Tribal Chief versus the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. In the main event, Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Triple threat, Gunther versus Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, Edge and Finn Balor, and a Hell in a Cell Brock versus Omos. And then we're going to have our showcase: Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Natalya, Shotzi, Ronda Rousey. It's still saying Ronda's going to fight. Shayna Baszler, Sonya Deville, and Chelsea Green. What are you expecting tonight, Tony?
So here's the thing: did we get any major surprises last night? Not really.
Not really.
No. Nick Khan promised surprises. Night 2, I think they blow the roof off the building. I think when we talk tomorrow, when we talk again, we'll be at a Tantalizing 10 out of 10. Let's start with this right here. I think the women's match, I think that Ronda and Shayna win that, and I think they challenge Lita and Becky tonight and become new tag team champions. I think that's going to happen. I also think that, yeah, I got a feeling. I also think that Asuka and Bianca Belair have something to prove because this match is being overlooked by a lot of people. Bianca has been champion 1 full year. She won it in last year's WrestleMania, held the title for a full year. Is Asuka, everybody says, you're not ready for Asuka. Is Asuka ready for Bianca Belair? Because Bianca Belair is the darling of WWE. She's got a reality show coming up. I don't see her losing the title tonight, but everybody, we got Brock and Omos. That's going to be great. We got the Hell in a Cell, the Fiend. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Little slip of the tongue there. The Demon, Finn Balor going against Edge. And there are rumors, can't confirm or deny, there are rumors that, of course, Gangrel's going to be there and that maybe Christian. It could happen. It could happen.
Wow.
But the coup de grace, the match of all matches, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, the prodigal son has returned. Adrenaline in my soul. He's back. He wants to do it for the American Dream, Dustin Rhodes. Do it for his dad that never held the WWE Championship. Going against Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, the big dog, the man that has had the company on his shoulders for the last 8 years. It's going to be a barn burner. The main event of WrestleMania, Night 2, SoFi Stadium. Tantalizing Tony, Kira in the building, Bobby Razzles, All the Wrestling Podcast. Where's Mia Moore? I don't know, but it's going to be off the chain.
Folks, if you're just joining us, we're here live with Tantalizing Tony, who's live from LA. Folks, please hit the likes. Hit the likes right now. Hit them likes. All right, let's do something here. There's a lot of chats coming in. So I'm going to put chats up, and I want you to respond, Tantalizing Tony.
Gotcha.
All right. So Grandma Daisy, she says she's waiting for Gangrel to return. She says, yes, Gangrel is returning tonight. It's already confirmed by Gangrel that he will be participating in WrestleMania. What are your thoughts?
That's awesome. That brings the Brood back together. Everybody knows when Edge started, he came with the Brood. Edge, Christian, but Gangrel was the leader. But the stars of the team became Edge and Christian. I cannot fathom in my mind how they only bring back Gangrel. You need Christian. Not to mention, it evens out the whole Judgment Day thing. Maybe Tony Khan, maybe just something happened. Maybe Triple H pulled off the coolest century. If this happens and Christian shows up with Gangrel, do you realize what this means for wrestling? That means there's a working relationship between AEW and WWE, and that's what's good for business. I can't wait for tonight.
Wow. Mick Thompson says he's picking Sheamus in a triple threat. What are your thoughts?
Everybody knows that Sheamus has been the king of the ring, the Money in the Bank winner. He is a former WWE champion, a former world champion, a former tag team champion, a former United States champion. There is one title that has eluded Sheamus, and is the WWF/E, I said it, Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. And tonight in the triple threat, Drew McIntyre, the champion Gunther, I call him Walter because his mom named Walter, and Sheamus.
Wow.
We will hear these words. And new Intercontinental Champion, Sheamus.
Wow. Folks, you're picking Sheamus as well. Let's go here. Matthew Holland. Says Snoop Dogg versus The Miz at Money in the Bank.
Well, if this was a gimmick match, it'd be funny. But sorry, who's that? Is that Matthew Holland?
Yes, sir.
Matthew, love you, bro. Respect you. Thank you for coming to Icons Wrestling and seeing me. I love you, brother. It can't happen, bro. Snoop Dogg not in the class of any kind of wrestlers. They can do maybe a little gimmick schmaz, but nothing major, bro. But I like that. I like your fantasy booking.
Wow. Okay. We got some messages from Jen. She says, "Hey, everyone."
Hey, Bobby, I got no timeline here. Keep them coming. Let's go.
Daniel Pinson says, "Hi, Tony." He's in the building.
Love you, bro.
Grandma Daisy says, "Oscar will win tonight." I think so.
My God!
I think so.
What?
I'm on Team Grandma Daisy over here. Yes.
Carol, you hear this? I'm on my own. How dare they? I'm staying with my girl Bianca. Sorry. I want my girl Bianca to go next level.
Okay. Folks, how are we looking? It seems like we have no dropped frames today because Tantalizing Tony is refreshed. It's day 2. He's gonna report live all day. You know how he does. He's full of energy. I do want to share what the contenders have voted on. All right, so I'm gonna go through this. All right, so the majority of the contenders think, and this was close, they think that Omos is gonna pull up the win against Brock Lesnar 55% to 45%. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so look, let's do a little backstory on Omos. If you guys remember back in the days of Raw Underground, Omos was security with Shane McMahon. They wanted to get this guy on TV. I personally met this guy. I put him on the channel for a couple seconds. He walked by me. The guy's a legitimate 7'4", but he's a sweetheart. I've been very hard on Omos, and I feel bad because the guy deserves a chance because he's trying hard. He's evolved so much, and this is what you guys got to realize. The Undertaker mentioned in an article that Omos is one of the best big men he's ever seen, and number 2. Brock Lesnar does not work with somebody he doesn't want to work with. Guys, batten down the hatches. Tantalizing Tony's making a bold prediction as well. Omos will upset Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Wow. All right, let's go here, right? So the majority of the contenders feel as though Edge is going to beat Finn Balor, 64% majority.
That's a tough one because Edge has beaten Finn. Finn has beaten Edge. This is the one that's going to end the feud. Hopefully, it is Hell in a Cell. Man, it's a tough one. Rhea won the championship. Dominic lost. It's in the cell. We got to give this one to Edge. It's this close though. It could go either way, but I'm gonna go with my heart because I'm an older guy. He's got the grades like I do. He's a wise man like I am too. We're gonna go Edge with this one, but in a close, 51% to 49% pick.
Now let me ask you this. All right, so I have a prediction here, and it's not far fetched with everything that we know. All right, so Gangrel, potentially Edge, right? Hell in a Cell. We could potentially see the Brood, but we could also see the Demon. Do you think Finn Balor comes out as a demon? Folks in the chat, Tony, what are your thoughts?
Can I give you a spoiler?
Absolutely.
Spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear it, close your ears. I can confirm the Demon's going to be here tonight.
Oh, you hear that, folks? That's an exclusive dime from Tantalizing Tony. All right.
Just so you know, on one of the posters in the Superstore, it's off to the corner. It's Edge versus the Demon. The Demon he's in makeup, in full makeup.
Wow. So the Demon is still undefeated, correct?
Correct. No, wait. Is he?
I think he
I
is.
believe. That's a good question.
Folks, let's count on our contenders. Folks in the chat, is the Demon still undefeated? Because if that's the case, there's a chance that Edge can do something, can make history here, right?
Didn't Roman beat him? when the rope broke at Extreme Rules.
Okay.
Last year.
Did he? Wow. If he did, that's...
My producer's checking on this.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. We'll get back to that in the meantime. This triple threat match. I thought this poll was pretty interesting. Of course, I'm along with Team Gunther, 55%. 27 in second place, Sheamus. A lot of people think Sheamus might pull this off. So I don't know.
Was that the Fiend?
I don't know. I'm getting kind of, maybe it's me. I'm more like setting me up, setting booby traps in here.
Oh, watch out. Be careful.
Look, so Jen says no, he isn't undefeated.
Roman did beat the Demon. What match, Kira? Kira, my producer has it.
Extreme Rules match at the same title pay-per-view at the
Extreme Rules 2022.
Wow.
Correct? Or 2021. Which one was it?
2021.
2021 Extreme Rules. Roman has beat the Demon.
Wow. So there you have it. So Roman Reigns took care of the Demon. Yep. Jen confirms that as well. So your producer, Jen, didn't Roman beat him? Yes, Tony, when the ropes broke. All right. Bianca Belair versus Asuka. 82% says Asuka has this in the bag. You want to recant your statement, Tony?
Nope. I'm gonna tell you why, man. Listen, I don't think that they have built Asuka enough as. I think there's a little gray area on what she is. Is she a heel or is she a face?
Right.
No one knows. People love Asuka because she's great. I love her too. But there's been no like real story built with these two. I think Bianca's too popular right now to take it from her unless she gets sprayed with the green mist. But I think after Montez Ford winning yesterday at night one, I think that they're going to start pushing him a little further.
Right.
And I think that Bianca being women's champion may help that as well. I'm going to stay on my pick. I think Bianca Belair remains your women's champion, your Raw women's champion.
Okay. That's a prediction. And lastly, we asked the contenders, who's going to win, Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes? 83% says Cody Rhodes has this new championship win tonight at WrestleMania Day 2. Tony, I haven't asked you about this match. I do want to get your honest opinion. How will you see this going?
On the WrestleMania Cup, as you can see, the collector's item, we have it. You see those two gentlemen right there. You see them, right?
Yes.
Cody Rhodes, the baby boy of the American Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. The American Dream basically helped build NXT. American Dream basically booked territories over the course of wrestling history. Roman Reigns, the son of Sika, one half of the Wassamoans, comes from the biggest family in wrestling history. The Shield, the big dog, battles leukemia, comes back on one hand. Cody Rhodes leaves WWE, goes to the Independence, goes to Ring of Honor, goes to all organizations, builds AEW, shows him what he can do, comes back home. His dad, American Dream, never WWF/E champion. Roman at the top of his game. Cody at the top of his game. The two top people in WWE are now going to clash at the granddaddy of them all, WrestleMania. What's going to happen? Can Cody Rhodes do the one thing that Kevin Owens couldn't do, that Drew McIntyre couldn't do, that even Sami Zayn couldn't do? Can he dethrone Roman before Roman reaches 1,000 days?
Wow.
The Tantalizing Tony prediction is this. Before I get it, I love both these guys. I know I've been hard on Cody. I love him. I always did. I used to love Stardust. I'm going to say this. I've been with Team Roman because I was kicked out of the Ultimate Usood by Alpha Jr., by the way, on Twitter. He kicked me out because I cheered for Sammy and Kevin.
Right.
Anyway, I've been with Roman. I believe he's the big dog. I believe he can do it. I believe he's the man. And I believe that Up until yesterday, I believed he was going to retain. And I still believe it to an extent. But as the days going forward, and I'm looking more and more, at the end of the night of WrestleMania Night 2, you will hear these words. The winner of this contest and new WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion of the World, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Wow. Wow. So let me ask you this. Do you think Roman Reigns is tired, Tony?
I think Roman Reigns deserves some time off. I don't think he's tired. I think Roman Reigns loves this business so much, but even he knows that it's better to step away for a little while and not get stagnant because you want people to turn on Roman. I think they built this enough, the storyline's built enough that you get Roman out for a while, you bring him back at SummerSlam. Let the guy take a break, let him have the spring off, let him come back in August in Detroit, Michigan, where I plan to be. And let's hope that Cody Rhodes can hold this on his shoulders. Because if he can't, they might have to do a double turn and turn Cody heel and bring Roman back as a face. They may have to do that. But I think that Roman has earned his time off. He has done everything he's asked of him. He has been stuck in a group. He's been stuck with the Shield. He had a terrible gimmick, suffered succotash. They made him do things he didn't want to do. He was hated because he beat The Undertaker. Right. Roman Reigns has earned his time off. Give the man his flowers now. Roman Reigns, take your break. See you back at SummerSlam.
Awesome. Awesome perspective. And one follow-up question before I get to Akash. I see you. 1,000 days. We may never, ever see this again. Do you think by Roman Reigns dropping his title that we'll ever see anyone break 1,000 days? It's been done, but I think anyone else in our generation, in our lifetime, we're going to witness that.
No. There's no chance it ever happens if Roman doesn't do it. If I'm wrong, Roman will get 1,000 days. But I don't think you do the story this way to bring Cody this way and have him fail. It just looks bad for business. And I don't think people will get behind Cody after that if he loses at WrestleMania. And that being said, 1,000 days is a long time. Look, Roman's already in the Hulk Hogan category. He's held the title almost 3 years. The 1,000 days is not that important to the fans. Roman doesn't care. You know, people don't realize this. You know, let me break back the fourth wall for a second. This, guys, is a prop. This doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it does.
No, we can disagree. I'm going to tell you why. This doesn't mean anything. I'm going to tell you why. If I put this down, I'm still Tantalizing Tony. That title doesn't mean anything. Is it beautiful? Does it make me have more of an aura? I'm an allure? Yes. Roman doesn't need that belt to be top of the game. And yes, of course, it's a gravitas, the WWE title. We get that.
Right.
But that's a prop. He's about the business, and Roman's going to do his best for business. And right now, the WWE machine is behind Cody Rhodes. I personally watched Cody Rhodes merchandise sell out of the Superstore. I watched it. I watched the shirt fly off the hooks. That they were throwing hangers. People were ducking because hangers were getting thrown like boomerangs. It's crazy.
All right, let me ask you this. Akash the rapper. Is this Akash SP76 from Instagram? Is this you, sir? He asked a question. He says, and this is interesting because I saw a story on this. Who's going to accept Bobby Lashley's open challenge?
That's for tonight, correct?
For tonight. And I have an idea. Maybe perhaps it's that mixed martial artist. I don't know his name, but they did do a story on this.
This is a tough one because Nick Khan said there would be surprise. Would they pull a swerve on us? And is it Bray Wyatt?
Wow. If they pull that off, you know everybody wants to see him.
Can I fantasy book real quick?
Absolutely.
I'm glad you asked this question because I had it in the back of my mind and put it in the way back of my brain. But I'm gonna say this is fantasy book, and I'm gonna make a little tantalizing fantasy book right here. I believe Bobby Lashley is in the middle of the ring. He says, "Who's gonna be?" And I believe Alexa Bliss comes out and introduces Bray Wyatt. I think they're back together. I think we see Alexa Bliss come out, and I think we see Bray Wyatt come out tonight. And I think Bray Wyatt beats Bobby Lashley tonight. I think the original match we were supposed to see happens.
Yo, we're on the same page. This connects what I had said the other day. We asked the question, is Alexa Bliss coming up at WrestleMania? I gave the theory, she's got all this stuff, all this merchandise at the shops. Why does Alexa Bliss have all this merchandise at the shops? Dolls, shirts. So very interesting theory, Tony. And do you possibly see perhaps Randy Orton showing up?
Possibly. Let me just say this about Alexa Bliss. The Lily doll sold out.
Wow.
Yeah. Randy Orton. That's my number 2 pick to come and go against Bobby Lashley. If it's not Bray Wyatt, it will be Randy Orton. And the place is gonna lose him. I said the place like I'm not gonna be there. We're gonna lose our stuff if it happens. Look, this is one of the best WrestleManias ever. It rivals 17. That's how good it's looking. It's incredible.
That's awesome.
Incredible.
That's awesome, folks. Tantalizing Tony. He's live right now, Hollywood, California. Are you guys ready for day 2? I'm ready for day 2. I'm not even going to ask you that question, Tony. We already know you're ready for day 2.
Hey, real quick, can we get a perspective from the producer real quick? She got her hair done. She looks kind of cute. Come here, kid.
Let's go.
I want you to tell these people, look, these people love you. Can I just say one thing on your show, Bobby? Because Kira doesn't take any kind of credit. And I want to tell everybody live on the show right here on the All About Wrestling podcast that this kid is the GOAT. The GOAT. So let me be a co-host real quick and ask you, WrestleMania Night 1, real quick, let's wrap it up. How was it in your opinion?
I think it was fantastic. I'm one of the people that like the spectacle. I dropped the juice.
You're fine.
That like the spectacle of like the entrances, but even though the entrances weren't as grand as they used to be, I think it still was a great night. The wrestling was amazing. Amazing. It was wonderful.
Amazing? We use that word?
It was tantalizing.
There it is.
Loved the Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair match because I'm a Rhea Ripley stan. And of course, I love the Dominic and Rey match. Those 2 entrances were amazing. Very heartfelt. Tantalizing. Okay. Very heartfelt. And all the wrestling, like the technical wrestling, the wrestling part of it, tantalizing.
Let me say one more thing, guys. Hit the likes, share, subscribe, and listen, man. Hit the super chat feature for Bobby. He deserves the super chats, man. Super chats help the channel. This guy's working hard. I've seen his whole setup. I'm backstage. He has a much more intricate design than I do. It's what he does to take the time to do this channel, everybody. It's a lot. So support the All About Wrestling podcast. Hit those super chats. Man, it helps the channel go a long way. It really does. And let me just say one more personal thing. I want to say this live on Bobby Rassel's show. I know I talk a lot, but it's what I do. This kid right here, I'm not going to cry, I promise. Okay. This kid right here makes my show. And she makes sure we get everywhere. She budgets my money. She's the best. Kid, I want to tell you right here in front of everybody, I love you very much. You're the best, kid.
I love you too.
Now get out of here.
Okay.
Now get out of here.
Folks, that is Kara. That is the producer for the Tantalizing Tony show. Please, I can't thank you enough, Tony. I'm following this guy. Look, Tantalizing Tony brings energy, folks. All of this stuff, like you said, is glitz and glam. You see these borders, all of this stuff right here. That's the YouTube champ, folks. This is the All About Wrestling podcast. That's Tantalizing Tony. And Tantalizing Tony, I'm going to give you the last word.
Wow. Let me just say this, guys. The wrestling community is about wrestling, having fun, but more importantly, it's about people. Because without us, Those wrestlers can't make their money. They can't live in those big houses they live in. They can't shine. So never, ever diminish what you do for the wrestling business as a fan. Everybody who watches the All About Wrestling podcast, let me say this to you guys. Bobby Rassles is the real deal. He's the true dude. He's a real man. He's a man's man. He's my brother. I'm glad I met this guy. Him and Mia Moore have supported me unbelievably. Before this show, backstage, me and had a heart-to-heart. I was broken down. I was feeling bad about myself. I really was. I'm having a hard time, guys. And this guy said, yo, bro, I got you. Not everybody does that, and that's because of wrestling. Wrestling has brought us together. And don't you guys ever forget that you are the kind of fan you want to be. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't be a wrestling fan, that you can't like who you want to like, that you can't like independence, that you can't like AEW, that you can't like WWE. You are your own person, and believe in yourself. And in closing, let me say this. The All About Wrestling podcast, the best wrestling podcast on planet Vulcan, planet Earth, the multiverse, the Tantaliverse. Hit the likes, hit the subscribe. Don't forget Mia Moore's OnlyFans. Don't forget Bobby Rassles. Don't forget the YouTube channel Tantalizing Tony. And don't forget, this is WrestleMania weekend, night 2. Guys, do I do best? Stay champ, stay loving, love each other, love the All About Wrestling podcast, and stay tantalizing.
All right, hold on. Sorry to cut you off.
You're fine.
I have to say, thank you, Jen. Jen gave us a $10 super chat.
Let's go.
Thank you so much, Jen. One of the things we do when we do super chats is, I'm following tradition here, because I'm a traditionalist. We do super chat wrestling quotes. Thank you so much, Jen. I appreciate you. We're going to ask the folks in the chat. And Tony, I know you know your stuff, so you are exempt from this challenge.
Boo!
All right, listen. These are pretty easy, so I'm going to ask you guys in the chat. You can respond. They're pretty easy. I've got to make these harder. All right. So this wrestler said, everyone's got a price. Who is he? Dun, 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 dun. Anybody? What generation is viewing us right now? Come on, somebody has to know who that is. Everyone's got a price. What wrestler is that?
Even Karen knows it. She's just signing on the side over here. Good job. Can I give them a hint, Bobby?
Yes.
Everybody's got a price for
Captain Ivan 610. Captain Ivan, Ted DiBiase. Ted DiBiase. All right, good job. Captain Ivan, I'm going to add you to a very special list, all right? And I'll explain what that list is for later. There are several people on this list: Grandma Daisy, Fandito, Sean Johns, Cash Money Simon, Ellie Underdown, and of course now, Captain Ivan 610. So, with that being said, thank you, Jen. And Tony, take it away.
Hey, listen, that's it. Guys, great show tonight. Don't forget to hit that share button to share Bobby Rassles and Mia Moore, the All About Wrestling podcast out there. These guys are doing the hard work. They're putting the time in. To take the time to bring me into the show is great. It's been awesome. And a personal thing, anybody in LA today, stop trying to cash in on the YouTube champion. I'm not medically cleared. Guys, thanks for watching All About Wrestling podcast. I'm Tantalizing Tony. Do what I do best, and that's stay tantalizing.